Hello, everyone. This is Frankie Day here. Okay, for this very warm Monday, not a cloud in the sky, beautiful blue, flags flying, real nice outside, birds chirping, and wonderful day today. Okay, you're probably wondering what the video is going to be for today. It's called Out of My Comfort Zone and perhaps my second childhood. I don't know. But I know one thing, I have so much fun with these things. Okay, the review for the day, I got two tanks I like to review right here. Two different manufacturers. Alrighty. Now, I'm a very low novice as they come to armor. Armor has always fascinated me as a child. I've always liked tanks, half tracks, weasels, howitzers. Army man, I couldn't. I still got bags of my army. I used to buy for 5 cents. 5 cents for 250 army men, that big. You used to get them at little small grocery stores down the corner, and I kept on to them all those years. They're not the scale of these tanks here. These tanks are 1/16 scale, which is a pretty good size scale. And as you see from right here, this is I bought this yesterday. This is the Sherman M4A3, and this is by a company called IMEX. IMEX makes a lot of tanks. They're known for expensive all metal tanks. Now, so far to my research that I've done, just visually going to hobby shops, I see all kinds of makes. So I got two different makers of tanks right here, and I got three by IMEX and one by HENG. We'll get to HENG after this. This is IMEX Tank Force series. A lot of you guys have probably seen this on YouTube. This thing does everything what a real tank does. It can hurt you. Now, tank comes in a box like this. You've probably seen it before. 9.9 of you on YouTube out here has probably seen it before. This is the Tank Force. It comes in a box like this, and they're the price range, it varies from manufacturer to manufacturer. Now, here's another research that I've done on the cost of these things. I had no idea, no recollection at all, knowing that these things are more expensive than the kits that we always buy, like Trumpeter and Merit and everything else, and Revell Monogram and Accurate Miniatures. These are a whole different world. These tanks are 1/16 scale. They're different prices. Now, I paid $129.99 for this tank. That's what's marked in the box here. But paying Uncle Sam and paying tax and everything like that, you walk out the door with the box in your hand for $143. It's not bad. That's a good price. That's affordable. They make them as affordable as you can. It depends on your budget, how much money you have. You got a lot of money, you can do better. If you don't have enough money, you want a tank real bad or something like that, this is a tank for you. Now, on the bottom of this tank, it don't tell you what tank it is unless you get to the bottom of it. On the bottom of it right here, as you can see right here, is all the tanks they make. Now, the tank I got here is the Sherman M4A3. It's IMEX 18909. These are all the tanks they made. So far, in this tank range I got, the first one I ever bought was the AM1. The M18, let's see. Yeah, it's the M1A2. And the other one I bought was Makava Israel tank. And I got the Sherman here yesterday. Now, with these tanks, what I really like about them, they're very neatly packaged. I mean, virtually, they're very strong. And this is the bonus right here. A lot of people don't realize this. For God's name, don't throw these away. They come inside here. The tank fits right inside here. Then you have your radio, which fits right about in here like this. It has a little pocket here where it fits very nicely. You can put your tank in here. You can grab it and pick it up. If you got more than one of these, what you do is you can stack them right on top of each other. Wherever tank you want to take to battle, you can take a tank out, put it back in, whatever you want to do. So, like I say, for God's sake, don't throw this away. This is very strong. And it makes an excellent display case for it, and just to carry it and store it somewhere. I've got 4 of these tanks in my bunk room because I can stack them up on top and put my HENG long on top of that. Okay. Now, on this radio right here, to load this radio up, you got to have 4 AA pinlight batteries. That's all it takes. And you got power. That button to flash. Now, you got no trim controls on here. These are just there, just make you think you got something big, but you don't. Now, to switch this bad boy on, underneath this tank here, there's a switch right here. By switching this on, tank's ready to go. You got power. The back lights are flashing, and the front lights are flashing. It's like an automatic binding thing. To get this to work, you got to turn on your radio. You got a switch right here. You can turn off the sound or turn it on. It's got a beautiful sound card that you can hear. It'll do everything without the sound, but the sound gives that authenticity. Turn on the sound, and your bell will go up and go down. Now, it'll elevate. Don't go 260, 360 degrees, go about 280. As far as it goes. Some go completely around. 360. This goes about 280. Now, the fun part is the firing of this gun. This thing comes with BBs. When you get the kit, it comes out. Every IMES kit I got, it's got these little charger, UCB. Plugs in your computer, and you stick your battery and plug your battery in. It takes about 2 or 3 hours to charge that battery up. Depends on how you use your tank. This battery's not even fully charged in this thing, and with the charge in it, I'm going to play with this thing all night long. And for a couple hours, I had a good time with it. I had a wonderful time. So it comes with this charging jack here. Now, I highly recommend, I think it's 2 volts, tells you right here. Yes. Give you an instruction booklet. Don't throw these away. We'll discuss more about the tank. There's a little pamphlet right here. It tells you. Now, over here, you'll notice there's pictures there of things you don't do. Kids get shot in the face with a BB, or shoot a window out, or shoot a dog or something. You know, these things are very dangerous. And these things are recommended for children from 14 years on up. You don't want to give this to a child. I mean, a child will have fun, but they don't know any better. This thing here could hurt you. In this box, it contains BBs. These are those airsoft. I already got some loaded up in the hopper already. We'll demonstrate this thing shooting. This thing will put a hurting on you if you ain't careful. Comes with a sack of these airsoft. 6 millimeters. They cannot be any smaller or any bigger. No, it doesn't take regular steel BBs from a BB gun. They're smaller than that. and they'll not shoot out of here. Now it also comes with these wet BBs right here. Now I'm going to tell you something about these things. These are called wet BBs. They give you 2 packs of them. Here's the water. You get a bowl of water and stick these things in water, and they swell like a toad frog. They get real big and drain out the water and save them and put them in a jar or something. And they got like water, but they're actually they're water balloons. Now I'm saying there's got to be something more than tank battle. They don't have no infrared system on this. So for tank battle, you're either you can shoot each other with goddamn airsoft. You don't want babies flying around with kids. You're doing that, you make sure you got no kids or dogs around, because you're gonna hurt somebody. They got these water soluble BBs they give you, and they'll swell up big. You load them inside your hopper, and when they shoot out, when they hit your tank, all this is water. They go pop. You see a watermark that they clarified as hits. Now, we already showed you how to start this thing up. This is known as the accessory package. Comes with these 2 machine guns up here. Right here and here. And also, it comes with a figure. Nothing to write home about, believe me. Now, Freddie Duarte or Panzerman Bunker, or even Gilbert of the Red Dragon Works will do a good job painting this little dude alive. There's your tank commander right there. You have a little hole right there. You go up this hatch right here like this. The hatch opens up and you'll plug right in here like so. Now, up here, this thing right here, on a real scale, on the real tank, don't exist. This up here. That's a hopper. This hopper will slide and open up like this. In the hopper, you put BBs in there. You may see a few in there right now. So those yellow ones there, they're inside that hopper. Let me show you here. There they are. You got an orange one and a red one, and yellow ones in there. They fit in there. After you load your hopper, close your hopper up, make sure you won't lose those things. Now, this is going to be the fun part right here. There's a hatch right here that opens up. There's a switch right here. And a lot of you are probably wondering, what the hell is that switch for? Let me show you. Got a red switch right there? That's a safety switch. Now, I like that. That's good for children. We'll explain more about safety on this thing. This gun will not shoot unless you put that switch on. That's safety number 1, which is most important. Number 2, the fire of this gun, when that safety is off, the fire of this gun, you gotta either hit the throttle forward, or you hit the 2 side buttons up here and go pow, it'll shoot. I'll show you. Safety switch is off. Now it will fire. I gotta find it. Now, before we fire this thing, I'm going to show you. This thing's no joke. They give you a target peg. Now, this is my old one I had. This is my first IMES tank I had. That would be the M1 A2. It comes with a little target board you can shoot at. They're fun. Let me show you the power of these little bastards. See those holes there? You got 2 holes. I went right through those holes there. This is going to take a man's eye out with no problem. No problemo. A child's eye, a dog's eye, anybody's eye. That's trying to say these things are no joke. You got to be careful with them. If you shoot them in the house, make sure they're supervised, and make sure you get your target or something, or shoot at a beer can or Coke can. That's fine. Anything you shoot at. But don't shoot at people These things will hurt you. Now, in the first place, if I had a son, I got nothing but daughters. I wish God would bless me with a boy so I could be able to carry my name. If I had a son, I would not give this to him until he's around about 10 or 12 years old. By the time he's about 10 to 12 years old, he knows better. Then you can be able to show them how to operate the same because they take responsibility. But you give something like this to a kid, I want to tell you something. Children are very smart than you give them credit for because they're always doodling around. It don't take long for it. That Satan switch don't mean nothing to a kid. That kid's going to figure something out. First thing you do, if you buy a child 10 years old, 10 years or younger, I mean younger than 10 years, a tank like this, first thing you do, don't let him know that shoots BBs. You take these BBs out, you save, you put them in a safe place, so he grows up a little bit. If he still takes interest in the tank, then break out the good news, he takes responsibility of it. Because these things can hurt you. They really can. And I was watching a lot of videos on these things. That's what got me interested in tanks. But it's not going to take my building models away because we're doing live action on the popular TBF tonight. Now this thing here, turn the power back on. A fire extinguisher. I got my board right over there. Remember, the switch is off. Take the switches off. Here's where your fire at. See that? My ball is cleaned up. Yeah, hit that paper right there, just bounced off. See that? I already put a hole in it, bounced off the wall, and hit back here. I got 2 soft shells back there. I can pick up right back in there. And also, you got a machine gun too. I like that. To turn it, this is digital. The turning and the speed is digital, so you got to be very careful. Yeah, these things are fun. So this, when you buy these IMES kits, they're good for the money. For $143 with tax and all, you cannot beat the cost of it. Now, this thing gets to see it all in, is I'm going to start doing some weathering on this thing. When it comes to weathering, armor is a lot different than ships and airplanes because the elements are a lot more different. These things are out in the mud, the grud, the dirt, the bad, the good, and the ugly, you name it. It's in everywhere. Mostly mud. And you got to create all that illusion of weathering. It takes time. I have not mastered that in armor. But I don't like the green they give you. It's too factory fresh. It's like an army green in a way. But that too right there leads to weathering. Give it a little spice. I highly recommend getting this tank, guys. It comes with a UCB charger, like I showed you. It also comes with your shooting your target. So as you can see, I demonstrated what I'm going to put. Goddamn, put a hole in my wall right there. Yeah. So I got 2 soft shells on the floor back here. And when they hit, they crack. So if you save them, if you find them laying around your house that are shooting targets, look at them. If they crack, do not shoot. Throw them away. The ones that are not cracked, you can save, put it back in the bag, or put it back in the jar. And you go to your hobby shop who sells these things. I think they sell bulk supply of airsoft shells because all these kids and even people my age, believe it or not, I'm proof, buy these things and play with them. Now, as for getting spare parts for IMEX parts, I don't have a clue. At the cost of $143 out the door, they're not going to keep a cost that low for something like that and stock parts for it where they know you can do better. It's a good tank. The HENG Long is different. We're going to get that next on the video. But the detail of this thing is really good. Nothing compared to HENG Long. Like I say, the more you pay, the better the quality and better the tank. The less you pay, you get what you get. So for $143, I'm not complaining because I understand I spent $143 on something that's really good and it works very well and it's dependable. It will service me for a long time. It gives me ideas. I want to paint this thing up. I'll probably do a live action weathering on it. And I'll probably get a lot of tips to you gentlemen out there that can help me on this thing. So this is a little video today and of these tanks. So we'll get to the HENG Long next. So anyway, get one of these at your hobby shop. Get it via Amazon, eBay. Like I say, I just came out of the package. If you buy Tank Force tanks, you only need one of these. But keep the other. Don't throw the other ones away. Save them in your RC packages because I want to tell you something. These things come in very handy and they service more than only one tank because we got other batteries out there that may fit this. So save it. Don't throw these away. I keep mine plugged in all the time. My computer. Okay. So the HENG Long tank, you get instructions on your tank. It tells you everything in here, how to load the BBs up, how to set the safety switch. Put one of your tank commanders down on where he went to. He went somewhere. He flew off maybe. I don't know. He went AWOL on me. Or he could be back in the bag. I don't know. But anyway, it comes with this. Comes with that. It comes with this. All that box. And the way it's shipped very good. The best feature, along with the tank itself, that I really enjoy the most, is like I showed you a while ago earlier in the video, is this little carrying case, display case. So for God's sake, don't throw this away. You'll be amazed. You can stack them on top. If you get addicted like I am, buy a bunch of them, you can stack them on top. You get them up about 4 feet, 3 feet tall. And like I said, I got 4 back there just stacked up. Don't take that much room back there. Okay. We're done with the review of the IMEX M4A3 tank. And that's not a 105 ounce howitzer on there. I don't know what it is. Very short barrel. I'm beginning to think this thing's a Zippo. A flamethrower. Because I see a lot of burnt marks on the end of that thing. I've seen in World War II, like San Iwo Jima, is M4A3s. These are later model Sherman tanks that came out. Instead of shooting shells, they're equipped with napalm. They can shoot planes up to 300-400 feet. And boy, I tell you, fire absorbs everything. They use it in Iwo Jima too. And also in the Battle of the Bulge, when they burnt out those caves, you see them on war movies. So I believe that's probably what it is. This thing is a Zippo. Probably carries a crew of 5 men. You got your driver, your second driver, you got your tank commander, you got your loader, and you got your one operates the turret. And there's so much out here in 1/16 scale. The only American star is on the back right there. Everything else is like 68 Cabrillo, just like my HENG Long. So we're gonna get that next. So this is a pretty nice tank. It's there's nothing wrong with it. It's good, but like I say, just for the money, what you get. These things are very good and they work very well. I mean, they'll climb over books, go down ponds, anything. It's like real tanks. So like I say, this tank is a good tank. I'm very happy with it. Put it over here. Now we're gonna get the king of the crop. And there's more out there better than this. Oh yeah. This is heavy. This got some weight to it. This is the HENG Long Sherman M4A2 or A1. Man, when it comes to tanks, boy, I'm pretty stupid. M4A3. So that's the A2. This is the A3. Now, radio's off. Oh, it's not. It's off now. This here comes with a charger. Remember this charger that I showed you? That comes with the, it came with IMEX tank. It will charge this up too. Because the batteries are the same. And the batteries, I think, what, at 2 hertz or something? I'll find out what it is. They're the same. Megahertz with a GHS. Tells you right here. To me, this is a whole new subject, guys. Okay, the battery power of this thing is exactly well, if you hear a minute, guys, I think it's about 2 GHS. About 2 volts. Let's see. The transmitter has 4 penlight batteries, like I showed you. You get that arm. This thing here has one big battery. It fits in there. To get to the battery of this thing, oh, well, the IMEX tank is in the bottom. I showed you where that's at. I'm trying to see the battery. What kind of battery has he got in there? 2 4-channels, 2.4 GHz radio system. So I imagine that battery's probably about 7 volts maybe, or maybe less than that. I don't know. Let's see, we'll find out. I should have prepared myself for this video. That I know what I'm talking about, and you guys understand. It'll take 2 hours to charge the battery up. I got to tell you that. Now, I think you get the same kind of battery in the Spectrum range. It charges up faster. You got a charger. I got a charger over there, a Spectrum charger. So I may just go to a Spectrum. I'll take the battery out of both tanks and go down there and get me some batteries for them. Use my charger. This here, it takes about 2 hours. So for 2 hours, you get a pretty good running time on this thing. 5.5 hours maybe. These are very slow. The hang long is faster. Now, I'll still in the IMEX right here. I just want to let you know about the battery power. I imagine about 2 4 volts. I really don't know. Don't show it on there. But same battery here on this one. Okay, I'll throw it'll. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The hang long. We'll get to the power of the battery. Yeah, wasting time here. Okay, we'll get to the battery. Anyway, it's about like that. It's probably about maybe 4 volts, maybe, or 4 volts. I don't know. A real small battery. And I don't really stop now. I probably overlook it and don't even see it. Got a lot of Chinese on here. Okay, we'll get to the Heng Long tank. Now, the Heng Long tank comes out of a big box. It's a black box. Now, they make different series of these Sherman tanks by Heng Long. They make the pro version is this here. The expensive one they got is right here. It has metal idling gear, all metal tracks. The motor's all metal. All the gears are all metal. I think that's what the upgrade is. Also, the nozzle is also too made out of metal. Now, this, like the IMEX tank, works the same, but different situation here. Let me show you. Now, this tank here is very heavy. Very heavy. And the suspension of this thing is really great. It's like just like the real ones are. I mean, it's just the suspension. You can see how they different how the bogies work and everything. A lot of suspension. This thing's heavy. It probably weighs about 8, 9, 10 pounds maybe. It's very heavy. This tank cost $279. With tax for the tank under the arm, out the hobby shop front door where you bought it from, are only $301. Now, they got the Abrams. That's $438 for the Abrams tank at 1/16 scale. So, this too, for $300, is not really that affordable. Now, the value of money nowadays has no value. Everything's just marked up for what you're going to get, what you're going to pay. But $300 to me years ago was a lot of money. $300 years ago could pay a man's rent for his home. $300 years ago could buy a lot of groceries. $300 could pay a lot of bills and still buy a lot of groceries. $300 a day is like finding a dollar bill on the ground and no one look, and you put it in your pocket, you get yourself a $3 you want. Don't have very much value, but we all know about that. So anyway, get back to the tank, of course. Now, to sum it up, this tank here is a lot more better of a Cadillac than that IMEX tank over here. Although I like that IMEX tank very much. I love this better. It's heavier and does a lot more. Now, what I like about it right now is how they put the switch in it. Now, the switch, they got a little door opens up right here. Let me tell you a story about the Sherman tank. With that hatch open, I can turn that turret over, do I? I can't do that until the hatch is away of the... There it is. There's a trick to it. Okay. Now, there's a switch. We'll open up that door right here. That hatch. That's where the driver sits at. Before we get any further, you know how I am. I gave them the detail of everything. I had a buddy of mine I went to school with. His name was Jim Schwinn. His mother and father left him with an astronomical sum of money. He comes from a very wealthy family. And he spent his money in the wrong direction, and I don't think his mother and father would approve. But since they're deceased, he had a handsome son. I went to school with the guy. And he used to live over my house all the time and stuff. All that money he had. He felt like he was alone all the time. He had nobody. So he was a good guy, one of my best friends. He had a lot of money, and he bought a Sherman tank out of surplus. It was an A4 just like this. And I went aboard it one time. Went down there you go down below, and you got the seat. I drove this thing for about maybe 100 feet. And I found out this thing does not steer like a car. It steers like a bobcat. You got two clutches here, accelerator. And you got a sight up here. And you got machine gun with your second driver on the right side. He operates the machine gun. In case you get shot, something happens to you, he can take over. He's got dual controls too. It's like an airplane. Pilot, co-pilot. You got two, not cogs, but you got two handles. Works like a bobcat. None of this stuff. No yoke. Works with handles. You turn, you pull this way, you turn the other way, you turn this way. On the cogs, you push that clutch in. If you go faster, you push it all the way, and the tank will go about 30 miles an hour. You're bouncing around it like that. To stop it, you pull back on the sticks, and it'll stop. And I had a lot of fun in that thing. Got out of it. He got a ticket one time. He went down the highway one time on that thing. 5 highway patrolmen had to pull him over. They had to pay a big handsome ticket fine, and he was warned if he was caught on this thing again, they'll repossess his property. So Army ain't allowed to be on streets. I'm talking about almost 60 years ago. You got away with it back then. Back to tank, of course. That hatch opened up. That's your switch right there. Here's the radio that comes with it. It's almost as similar as IMES, but it's built a lot more quality, and you got trim and stuff in there. I think you do. Yes, you do. Now, you power it on. You got power right here. We have our transmitter on first, the power last. You got a button down here. There's a little switch. That too, it blinks just like the IMEX tank. That means you got power in the system. This thing here works better. I can do nothing until you hit the power switch right there. Sounds good, don't it? And there's volume control on it too. Louder. Again, you want to hear the sound. It will stop, and the lights will keep blinking. I mean, you got no power to it. Now, this thing, there's a safety switch for your turret too. Here, babies. Babies go inside here. On the second hatch opening, there's a little chute opening where you drop your babies in. So you shoot those out. This thing operates through the door. This thing is fun. I was hitting that hatch while ago. Whoa. Gotta watch out. Now, for this thing to fire, this is your firing button. It won't fire. Okay, that's safety switch. You gotta touch this or something. I don't think it's no biggies. You see a red light show up there. This thing is a beautiful tank. Really runs very well. And the machine gun fire too. Now watch this stuff. Man, that thing's neat. Your valve control right here. You got 4 little switches, right? The square heads. They tell you what goes on here. You got smoke and everything. See the things? You turn off the power here. Start up. I take the volume down a bit. Look at that. Smoky Joe with the Imperials. Now, talk about pollution. Now, what comes in this tank too is that you get it's all put together to kill this thing here. Switch. I turned it off. It comes with this smoke fluid. I found out it's baby oil. Now, if you got a Hemlong tank, I've been watching videos of these tanks lately. They got 10-day paint tanks, cool bank tanks, MRC tanks, Hemlong tanks, IMES tanks, and the high dollar ones like Henglong, and also Frisca too's got one. Frisca, they're another company that makes it. They're all different, all Chinese, different competitors, like with El Mangum, Aurora, and Lemberg, you name it. They compete with each other, but they're the same. Now, I like the oil system on the either Frisca or the Frisca tank. Have a pull plug and you put your oil there, your smoke oil there. These here, you got two exhaust pipes out of here, two vents. Right there. Right back through here, there's you drop oil in there, it goes right in those holes there and fills it up. I don't like about that because it could be a little messy. I haven't used a smoke on it. I think that's the longest I ever used smoke on it. So this thing works very good. I had a little click a while ago what it was. Jesus. Get the gloves off. I don't know why people wear gloves. That's why I keep things clean by handling. That's probably why they do it. This hatch right here was open, and I tried to swing around and hit that. That's why I click a while ago. So I thought, oh man, something's broken. I never used it, and I found that's what it was. So you got to be careful of those things. You have to turn the switch on, close that hatch down. You just see the bundle I just did live here. It has an aerial right here. So you got to be very careful not to bend that or break that or anything. Yeah. Yeah. There it is, straight. This model comes with an instruction booklet. This tank does. I like this. It tells you everything. You know what I like about it? Just let you know you got a good product. Is all this stuff, all these goodies here. All the upgrades, all the stuff that you need for this tank by Henlong. You can find it on Amazon, hobby shops, everywhere. And these tanks are very popular. So they're still on the shelf, no problem getting them. I should have made a review of this thing when I first got it, but I want to make a little special video, of doing this because to keep my mind going. And we'll discuss some things after the video. Okay, it comes with batteries, all the metal parts, everything in here. This thing is basically the same thing as the IMEX tank, but a little different. Now, let me show you guys something. When you buy the tank, this thing is turn the button. I'll say it so you don't want to get shot in the face. There's no BBs that thing. Anyway, yes, when you get this tank, it comes with an instruction booklet, and that target board there with the holes in it came with this kit too. Matter of fact, it was this tank. No, it was my other SHERMAN did it last night. This thing here shoots very powerful. This one does. Now it shoots powerful too. Now, when you get the tank, it comes in the boxes like this. Same kind of a box. Airsoft shells. Then you come with a bigger box. It's like this, but bigger. It's about this big and about that long. Let me tell you what contains that box. As you open up your instruction pamphlet, you're greeted with the accessories there. All the accessories comes with the kit. It's up to you to put them where you want to put them at. The selection to choose from is where it's on your mind. And they make other stuff like it. There's a lot of the 1/16 scale accessories that you can buy. And now, sadly to say, they do that for one thing in case you get bored of looking. Like, for example, you got your jerry jugs up here, or you got your a knapsack or equipment sacks, ammunition back here. If you get tired of you want to arrange things, they give you that double sticking tape on there. You can tape on there. Oh, I get tired too. They want this over here like that. But you got to make for those that are very serious, you got to make a serious decision. It can be substituted by using this here, by using Krylite glue, and that'll be there permanently. Motion RC did a very wonderful review on this, and they went as far as weathering it. Now this kit is kind of simulated. This model here is kind of simulated weather a little bit. There's some black spots on there, like post shading. But I like it the way it is. Now we'll weather that up as my first subject. This here I'm not going to do nothing. I'll leave it like the way it is. Now another feature this thing's got. I got the stuff out there in my back room. It's infrared system. Now, if you want to shoot BBs at each other, that too, it comes with wet BBs and also the airsoft BBs. And accessories comes with all these parts here. Everything you see comes in an accessory box. And like I say, you can place them on your tank anywhere you want to go. As you can see, you got your spare wheel there. You got a drum there, 30-gallon drum right there. And you got your equipment. You can put tampon, you can put tarpon, make it like tents on there. You can carry logs inside. If you're in armor and know what you're doing, you can make this thing come alive. This thing does everything like a real tank, and this thing really moves too. The IMES tanks don't move too fast. We'll make a live action video of that too, probably. I get settled down around here. But right now, this is what you get here in this magazine here. This operator's owner's manual. This is a very good tank. I highly recommend get this. If you got $300, you can afford it. This is what you get. That's just a small sample of the cost of these things. Now, like they go up. Now, if you want bigger money, now you go to Tamiya, MRC, Tamiya. They got these RC kits that you can build, 1/16 scale. And they ain't no $300 tanks, no $400 tanks, no $500 tanks. Start out with a handsome sum of $600 on up. I couldn't believe the cost of these things. That's a lot of damn money. And has metal chassis, metal gears. You get a good quality tank with MRC. It's all there. The plastic on this is a very strong ABS. Same thing on the IMES tank. So if you hit something and break, it's not going to bust or crack. It's pretty strong, but you still got to realize this thing is in a way it's a model, and it has its limits when it comes to roughness. So I see these guys think, oh, bam, you hit rocks and stuff like that. You're asking for something to get busted. Real tanks don't do that. A real tank in a battle, they know where to go. They're out there to destroy themselves. But that shows you the vulnerability of the construction of these things. These things will break if you're not careful. It's anything. If you abuse anything, it's going to break. So you don't want to stay away from breaking stuff. Another thing, too, I see all these big old logs, they go, bam, they hit the ground, come back up, bang. That, too, can break things, knock things off. So you can be very careful when you do that. Real tanks don't do that. They may go over obstacles like that and stuff, or go through a building. But that building is not strong as what they give you on the model. So anyway, this is a HENG kit, and they make good stuff. And this is a good booklet. Don't throw this away. Please don't throw it away. It's because all the parts number, even the transmitter, everything is there. It's got parts. If you blow out a motherboard, they got it right there. You can send away for it or buy it at a hobby shop. Amazon's got a lot of these parts. Hobby Lobby's got them all. You go down there, and like I say, if you burn out your smoker, Oh shit, my smoke is burned out. What do we do now? Go to the catalog, order it, and get in and install it. Now, people say, how the hell do you get in this tank? Well, it's very simple, fellas. I take about 5 videos to figure out myself. On that chassis thing, you got screws. You got four screws. Those 4 screws right there. That's how you get your. That's how you get your the opening to your tank, and you can service stuff from there. This is a good tank. I really like it. And I highly recommend getting one of these. You got $300, and they're very strong. They can take a beating, but be careful. They got small parts on here. They can be harmed. Okay, there wasn't much of an action review in this thing because you got to understand my living editions. I can't do too much in here, but you get a pretty good idea of what you're dealing with. So you got 2 different companies, 2 different tanks. This thing here is very, very heavy. It's a good tank, and it shoots BBs, has infrared in it too. I've got the infrared in the accessory package back there in the room back there. I've got them bringing it forward. So you say, you're probably wondering where the hell you put the infrared at. It's easy. The same hatch you put your BBs in, over here. There's a plug. A little white plug there. It plugs in, and it sits on top there. It looks like a little red beacon. That way you have tank battles. You go to tank, I hit you, your tank will just radiate like that and stop. It means you beat your ass, you're dead. But that's how you do that. You load your BB guns in there. There's a little hopper hole that goes up. I don't put any more than 5 or 6 in there because you want to choke up the entrance hole there. This is a good tank, guys. It really is. It's worth every penny. It sure is. It's worth every penny you pay for it. The same thing with that IMEX tank, too. The IMEX. Now, for beginner tanks, these make excellent beginner tanks. If you got money, a lot of money, more than $130, $140 to this, chip in maybe another $150 more, and you get a lot better of a tank. See, you get what you pay for in life. But the quality is there, fellas. So that's what I'm trying to get across. So I highly recommend these tanks. All these tanks are good. What I see on live inbox product reviews of these tanks, all these manufacturers are good. They're good tanks, and they guarantee to work and run. They're not garbage. I mean, I look at the insides of electronics. They're not shoddy. They're all done. Somebody knows what they're doing, and there's some kind of quality control involved. Okay, we're gonna have live action with the TBF-1C by Trumpeter Knight. We're gonna get her clothes on. She's sitting over there, and I'll probably have another review after this on the 80 Sky Reader number 2. Get that thing done. And so I'm going to go ahead and get started on that. Get prepared for the video. My brother right now, he's in hospice. He's in there for a couple of days. He's not bedridden yet, though. His pain is so bad. So they want to keep him over there for his inpatient for a few days to be able to control his pain better. And I'm afraid they're going to dope him up and get to the point he won't do nothing. And they treat him good in hospice down there. I'm afraid he may like it too good and don't want to come home. But I like to have him come home just one more time, you know. And right now, guys, I don't know what I'm going to do when he passes. I don't know if I'll remain here in Ohio or not or what. I know one thing was certain. I'm going to be out of this place. And I've got a lot of people trying to help me when I get a house. I get a home. So far, there has been no court injunction on me now. I cannot believe a three-day doggone notice. 3 days before Christmas. Unbelievable. Then my brother gets his death sentence. Boy, what a Christmas that was. That wasn't Christmas. That was something else. But it's called life. Life. Alrighty, guys. I guys hope you enjoyed that long video I did here. I'm not very good at doing reviews like this, but what I really like these RC tanks. They're fun, and I enjoy playing with them. They're just something like a kid with a new toy. And the way I feel like I've been cheated. Guys like me at my age has been cheated through the technology of model products they have nowadays. They didn't have stuff like this when I was a kid growing up. The only thing they had that's close to this was little dinky toys I got from Kent, England. My aunt Edith, she was a missionary, and she always went to England all the time and Europe and bought all these models and toys for me when I was a kid. And those dinky toys were very expensive to me out of metal, and the treads worked real well, and the bogies worked good on it. And you get done, you put them inside a little box that came out and put them away. And they're very neat. They're very heavy, and I wish I had those dinky toys still. And Wonderlight was the company that made pressed metal toys. They made tanks. They had big rubber tanks on it. No plastic, all metal back in the old days. Plastic wasn't invented. It was all metal. The plastics came in. The Monogram made their Bulldog tank, and they made their Patton tank. They got Panzer tank, and as decades went by, Tamiya, they came out. They're the first tank manufacturers that made the plastic manufacturers that made tanks. And the Monogram ones, they were pretty good. The treads work on them, but the bogies, they didn't work at all. They were just there. You're lucky you just got the tread to work. You can roll on the ground. Not much to ride home on them deals, but this stuff here is not to ride home on. And it's worth everything to buy, too. Okay. We're going to have live action tonight with the TBF. And we'll get that out of the way tonight. I called my brother up today. He's doing okay. A little better. He's all right. He's not too much pain now. I don't want them to over-medicate him so he's incoherent. I like to be able to talk to him. And like I say, man, it should have been me instead of my brother. But just the way life is, guys. Maybe God spare my life because I'm trying to do the best I can to hang on to life as much as I can. And he seemed to keep me there. If it wasn't for this stuff, guys, I'll probably be in a nursing home, driving all the nurses nuts. But this is good medicine for me. It works. It's healthy. It's entertaining. It gives me something to do. Okay, this is it. Stay posted for the live action on the TBF by Trumpeter, 1/32 scale. Got that going for you this evening. And yeah, that'll be it. Make mama happy. Take care of the little ones. Be wary of Saturday. Stay focused when you drive. It's still cold outside. God gave us a grace of warm weather and good sunshine. So take advantage of it as much as you can because this stuff, it's only January now. Pretty soon it'll be February and it's going to be gone. It'll be more snow coming this way. So right now God gave us a break. Got us out of the Alaska deep freeze. I'm very grateful for that. I think we all are. Okay, this is it for both Sherman tanks, different manufacturers. Get one of these things at your hobby shop. Get one on eBay. Get one on the Amazon. They're out there, boys. They're out there. And they're different prices. You can get them. It depends on where you want to get them at. You can have Amazon. They're pretty cheap there. You can get them on eBay. They're a lot cheap there, too. But the only thing that kills you on eBay is the shipping. So you're not saving money there between shipping and buying the product. Because you're buying it, until you pay the shipping and the product, you get the same price at the hobby shop, maybe a little more. So they're waiting for you to enjoy. Like I say, I highly encourage, just for safety's sake, about those BBs now. We discussed about the BBs. These things could hurt you now. They can hurt you. I mean, they can put out your eye. I mean, they can damage something. And they can punch a hole through paper. They can punch a hole through your eyeball. I already got a hole for that box over there. I got a hole in the wall over there and shot back at me. I got 2 soft shells laying around here somewhere, and they're probably cracked, you know. But when they hit, they shoot and they bounce back. So they're around here somewhere. I will find them. And if they're not cracked, I will put them back in the bag with the comp and save them. Okay, that's it. I'm out of here. Thank you very much for your wonderful candor, wonderful views and comments. I'm deeply grateful for all this. And make Mama happy again. And take care of the babies. And please say your prayers. And we'll catch you tonight live action on TBF. So stay posted to that. I got something to look forward to tonight. Frankie Day out of here.